In this video, we're going to use n8n and Home Assistant to have an AI handle the local sunset and sunrise times, automating our lights to turn off at sunrise and turn on at sunset. Let's kick things off with the very first node in our workflow, the schedule trigger. For its configuration, we set the trigger interval to days and the trigger at hour to 5 a.m. We chose this early hour to ensure the workflow has plenty of time to run and gather all the necessary timing information for the day long before the actual sunrise or sunset happens. This simple setup is the foundation for our entire automation's reliability. At 5 a.m., our trigger fires and the signal immediately flows to our first action node, a Get a State node. This node's purpose is to query Home Assistant and retrieve the attributes of a single specific entity. Its configuration is incredibly simple. In Entity ID, we just choose the Sun entity. That's it. The Sun entity is a default sensor built into Home Assistant, containing the two attributes we need, next rising and next setting for the current day. This raw data is the crucial input we're about to pass on for processing. So the sunrise-sunset node has just handed us the raw timestamps. To make them useful, we need to calculate how long we need to wait from now until those times occur. For this, we're going to use the calculator of our workflow, the AI Agent. Its core configuration is in the prompt, where we instruct our Google Gemini model to act as a high-precision time expert. We feed it all the necessary data, the current time, the next rising time, and the next setting time, and give it a clear task. Calculate the difference in minutes between now and each of those future events. We also instruct it to handle edge cases, like returning 0 if a time has already passed. Crucially, we then attach a structured output parser. Inside this node, we give it a JSON example of our desired output, defining the exact fields we need, rising for the minutes until sunrise and setting for the minutes until sunset. This forces Gemini's response into a perfectly structured, machine-readable format. By using an AI for this, we're offloading all the complex date and time math to the model, and it gives us back a perfectly clean JSON object with the two numbers we need. With the AI's calculations complete, the workflow now splits into two parallel branches to handle those two events. The top branch starts with this node, Wait Rising. Inside the node, for the amount field, we don't type a fixed number. Instead, we use an expression to pull the rising value directly from our AI agent's output. The unit is minutes. This makes the node completely dynamic. If the AI calculates 95 minutes, this node waits for exactly 95 minutes. Once the Wait Rising node has patiently counted down, it triggers the final node in this branch, a Call a Service node I've renamed Turn Off. The setup here is very direct. The domain is light, the service is turn off, and the entity ID is set to the specific light we want to control. With this simple configuration, the moment the sun rises, this node sends the command and your light turns off, perfectly in sync with the dawn. Meanwhile, in parallel to our sunrise timer, the second branch has another wait node. It works in exactly the same way, but its purpose is to act as our sunset timer. Its amount is set to the setting value from our AI's output, so it will pause this branch of the workflow until the precise moment of sunset. And finally, when the wait setting timer finishes, it triggers our last node, Turn On. This is another Call a Service node that works just like the Turn Off node, but in reverse. It's configured to call the Light Turn On service for our specified light, ensuring that the moment the sun sets, our light automatically turns on. Now, every morning, this workflow uses an AI to calculate the exact time until sunrise and sunset, then simply waits for those moments to automatically turn the lights off and on. By the way, I've bundled everything from this build into a guide for you. You can find that link waiting in the description. I'm always looking for new ideas, so share what you'd like to build together in the comments. Every like and subscribe truly helps the channel expand. Thanks for watching.